Hey, do you think you could make me that CD of your instrumental tracks today?
Sure. Pick out which tracks you want.
Whoa! 240 tracks? Might be tough picking out which of your recordings I want.
Choose carefully. Only 12 fit on a CD.
I bet it'd take a ton of CDs to make room for all these music.
We can figure out exactly how many with a little division. If we divide 240 songs into 12 groups, we can make 20 CDs.
Such a musician.
It's got more to do with being a mathematician than a musician. Just took a duet of multiplication and division to figure those numbers out.
Multiplication and division? But you only divided.
Well, multiplication and division are inverse operations. That means they can undo one another.
Undo?
I'll show you. 240 is a factor. 12 is 2. That means they're whole numbers that can be divided exactly into a larger number. In this case, I divided 240 by 12 to get 20, right? But you can use the same numbers to multiply and check if the division is right.
How do you do that?
Like this. 20 is the quotient, the answer to the division problem, right?
Yeah.
If you multiply the quotient, 20, by the number you divided by 12, you should get 240. That means your division is correct.
Multiplication is like division in reverse.
Only it's called an inverse operation.
Does it always work like that?
240, 12, and 20 are part of a fact family. Fact families are a set of related equations using the same numbers. You can make 2 division equations and 2 multiplication equations by using your fact family members.
So 4 different equations out of 3 numbers? How's that work?
It's just about rearranging the factors. First, we found that 240 songs divided by 12 CDs equals 20 songs, right? Well, 240 divided by 20 songs equals 12 CDs, too.
And where does multiplication come into the game?
Pretty much the same way as the division pair. If you move the numbers around, you can create a second multiplication equation from the first. 20 times 12 equals 240. But we can also say 12 times 20 equals 240. 240 is our product, both ways.
You were right. 4 equations out of 3 fact family members. 240 divided by 12 equals 20. 240 divided by 20 equals 12. 12 times 20 equals 240. 20 times 12 equals 240.
Okay, remember 2 things. You can't divide by 0.
Why not?
RJ, think about it. When you divide something, you're splitting it up, right? If you split something 0 times, you're not doing anything. To divide, you need to split things up at least once.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and the second thing to remember, any number divided by 1 is equal to that number. So 5 divided by 1 equals 5. 6 divided by 1 equals
6. Got it, champ.
Rock on! Now, you ready to pick out those songs or what?
Sure. But before I pick out my playlist, let's see if I can give you the play-by-play on the relationship between multiplication and division. Multiplication and division are opposite operations. That means they're inverse. An inverse operation is a pair of operations in which one can undo the other. The numbers found in division or multiplication are called fact families, sets of related equations that use the same numbers. You can check your multiplication and division work by using fact families to do inverse operations.
Nice, RJ.
Now what do you say to multiplying that mix CD by 2?